All right, so today we are going to be practicing the very fun nursery rhyme, Jack and Jill. Do you know how the story goes? Most people do. It says, Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Okay, and so we talked about how this is a story from long ago, and how we know is because the boy and the girl, Jack and Jill, are doing a chore for their mom. This was long ago because they didn't have running water in their house. So what a town would do is build a well where water would collect, and then there would be a pulley system to lower a bucket of water or a bucket down there and retrieve water, and then you would pour it into your own bucket and take it back to your house for cooking or washing your hands, and that was their job. And so we kind of broke it up into, they had to go up the hill to go get the pail of water. That's what fetch means, to go get and bring back. And then on their way back, Jack must have fallen, tripped, and he didn't die. So when it said broke his crown, it just means that he, smacked his head, or got a cut on his head. And then, like all kids do, when one kid trips on something, the other one's not paying attention, and Jill tripped on the same thing that Jack fell on. Okay, and so we kind of talked about what that all meant. All right, and so now we're just going to listen and practice the rhyme. All right, so repeat after me. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Okay, so let's say it together. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. All right, so then what we did was we looked for words that rhymed. And right away, everyone was looking for the word that rhymed with Jill. Can you think of the word that rhymes with Jill? It's in the first line. Jack and Jill went up the hill. Do you see Jill and Hill? They kind of look the same. Do you see it's J-I-L-L and H-I-L-L? They're a true rhyme. So Jill and Hill rhyme. So we all said Jill, Hill. All right, and so then I asked, can you think of a word that rhymes with crown? So I said, oh, it's in the second line. So listen for the word that rhymes with crown. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown. Did you hear it? Jack fell down and broke his crown. So down, crown. Sorry, I said it was the second line on this paper. It looks like it's the fourth line. Okay, but in reality, first line, second line. All right, and then some of us thought that maybe after rhymed with a word in here, and they do have the same ending sound, but technically they don't rhyme, but they work in a poem, and sometimes that happens. There's a special word for that, but we're not going to get into that because that's too technical. I really just wanted you to listen for the sound. So listen for the word that has the sound at the end. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. Did you hear it? Water, after. Now, technically, they don't rhyme, but they have the same ending syllable, ter and ter. And so that works for a rhyme, and it just helps us remember the poem